Hi folks, welcome back. In this video clip I'm going to be changing out the wood furniture on my Russian Sega AK-47. And before you guys freak out on me, I know that this has got really pretty wood on it, but relax. The wood furniture that's on this is actually a copy of the original Russian furniture, and I'm going to be replacing it with genuine Russian wood furniture from the Ukraine in this dark Russian red. Okay, this has got the original. This stuff I was able to find on Gunbroker. It's the original wood finish. It has not been refinished. This set is actually better than 50 years old, from what I understand. Very nice set, brand new. It's never been installed, and we're going to go ahead and install it on this thing. I have pre-fit the set to make sure that it fits this gun properly. There would normally be some sanding involved and some light fitting to make these things fit, but I'm going to show you how to break these rifles down and swap out the parts. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and break the gun down to begin with into its basics. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the cleaning rod. Just get that on out of the way. Then you're going to go ahead and break open the top. Push back this button, pull the top receiver cover off. Make sure the safety's off to where you can operate it. Get that spring out of the way. And you're just breaking it down at this point just like you would a normal cleaning. We're going to set the bolt carrier aside. Okay, now we've got the gun stripped down to where we can get to the wood. Now the first thing we're going to replace is going to be the wood stock. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this side carry mount, this side sling mount, so that when I wrap this thing up into my vise, I'm not going to run the risk of damaging the stock with by denting it, by clamping onto that thing. Because what will end up happening is if you wrap this thing with a rag and that thing clamps in there, you could run the risk of putting a little dent in the stock and maybe marring it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Okay, now you also need to make sure that you get these screws here. These are the top screws that hold the stock in place. There are no bottom screws on these. You just take these two screws here out. And you're about to see that these stocks are actually held in with a fair amount of friction, and it's ready to come out. Now all we got to do is wrap it up so we can get it clamped into my vise. Go ahead and focus that so you guys can see it. Go ahead and wrap this thing up. Now the purpose of wrapping this obviously is to keep you from marring up the wood. You don't want to damage it because you can remove your wood. Whether this right here is actually going on eBay. This set, I'm going to recoup some of my cost on the Russian stuff by selling this on eBay. Give it a little clamp. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and hold on to this area right here. You're going to get this underneath here, and you're going to kind of work the receiver back and forth, and it should slide out of there, just like that. Go ahead and take that out of the vise. All right, set that aside. Now, short of the sling mount, I want to show you just how close these copies are. This right here is a copy of the original, and this is the factory, the original stuff, the real stuff. Now you can notice that there is just a little slight difference in thickness on that, but still very, 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 very close on the original versus the copy. We're going to set that aside. Okay, next thing we're going to address is going to be this pistol grip. Go ahead and flip it up. Now, what you also don't understand, that a lot of folks don't know, that there's actually a T-nut down inside there, and that's what the bottom screw is screwed into. So you're going to flip it upside down with your finger. You're going to hold that T-nut in place. And then you can just use your screwdriver and loosen that screw. And when we go to put this thing back on there, we're going to put a little Loctite on it, just give it a little little extra help so it doesn't loosen up on us. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that other pistol grip directly on there because I don't want to have to loosen that T-nut or let go of the T-nut. And the pistol grip, just like the old one come off, the new one goes on just like that. Make sure, there we go. And we're going to give the screw just a little Dutch of Loctite. It's hard to do this with one hand, but I'm going to take and set that screw there, and we're going to give it a little dot. Oops, if it'll stay put. There we go. Drop it in there and find the hole. I think I just found it. There we go. And then go ahead and tighten it up. Just like that. You don't want to over tighten it, but you definitely want to make sure that it's snug. Alright, now putting the stock on. Stock is actually a breeze. Now, like I said, I have done some fitting. The pistol grip didn't require any fitting at all. On the stock, I was lucky with this one. This one didn't require any fitting at all. Occasionally, they do come in a little bit thicker, so you're going to need to take and sand that slightly in order to make it fit. You want it to fit the back of the receiver snug, but you don't want it peeling wood off whenever when it slides in there. And you can see that it slides in there, and then you just give it a little. You take and get you a soft towel or something on a hard surface, give it a bump, make sure that it's seated, and you'll see that it's all seated in there. Then you're going to take your screws. Now, one of the things that I like to do, and a lot of folks don't see it being necessary, but I like taking a little wood glue or a little Elmer school glue actually, and just put a little dot inside those screw holes. Now what this does is it's almost like Loctite. It's easy to break loose if you need to, but you don't have to torque down on them screws so hard. Drop that in there. And of course the glue dries clear, so you don't have to worry about it looking ugly. You can wipe off the excess after you tighten it up. Okay, give that a little snug. Make sure that everything's nice and snug. There we go. Not over tightened. Wipe that off. There we go. Okay, now the wood stock and the pistol grip is on, and we're going to move to the handguard. The handguard, I skipped over that spot. The handguard, if you'll notice, has got this little lever right here, and this comes with your handguard and your gas tube. So you're going to go ahead and flip up that lever. Sometimes you might need your cleaning kit in order to be able to take that thing off. You've got a little notch in there you can use to turn that key. Go ahead and pull that off. We're going to set it aside. Now down in the lower handguard, you've got a little flip deal right here, keeper. You flip it over, and then once you do that, you should be able to take and sometimes you might have to use a little hammer to kind of give that a little bump, and then your lower handguard should wiggle loose, just like that. Piece of cake. This is the other handguard. I'm going to show you just how close the copy is on these. This again is the copy of the original. This is the original. Now you'll notice that the laminate is a little different, but to the naked eye, to the average person, they'll look at this and go, "Man, I don't see any difference whatsoever." Very, 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 very good copy of the original stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the gun just like we took it out. Go ahead and slide it in there and make sure it goes home. There we go. Put your keeper up there. Then you're going to use your hammer. Make sure that it kind of seats down in there. You don't have to beat it to death or nothing. And then flip your keeper over, and that'll hold it in place. Now, when it comes to your upper handguard, A lot of people get worried about this because these are actually very, very easy to swap out, but it's also easy to screw up because a lot of folks don't know that this part actually comes apart, and they actually try to take the metal pieces apart on it and everything and pry them up and everything, and they can actually damage them. But these are actually very easy to swap out. All you have to do is take a 3/4 inch wrench, lock it on right there, grab a hold of the wood, and give it a little turn, and it pops out just like that. That simple. You do have a little metal retainer, little heat deal or whatever it is, goes down inside there. You're going to want to put that back in the other one. I want to put a dot. Let's see. All right. Then you're going to take and put that back in there. You're going to line it up like so, and then you're going to rotate it around just like you would ordinarily. Whoop, didn't get it in there all the way. Okay, now this one, because it's a little newer, I actually had to do a little sanding on this one here to get it to fit, but I wanted this one to be really tight. And it is posing to, it is obviously doing just that. Too much. Just a little more. Okay, that should line up. That's lined up. Okay, now that you get it centered, just like you took it apart, set that down inside there just like that, and there you go. Furniture's on. Just that easy. Now you notice I didn't take the swivel mount off this one here because we were actually installing that. But the only thing left to do is go ahead and reassemble the rifle. You do want to function check it just to make sure that nothing is in the way, nothing hanging up. Then you take it out and test fire the weapon. Make sure that everything functions, and it does. Okay, one thing I didn't touch on is the fact that I've just changed the 922R compliance on this gun. This gun originally had a total of, I think it had six components on it. Now it's only got 3. Because when you change out your stock set, if you've got an American-made stock set, and then you change it out with the Russian stock set or another import stock set, you're going to remove some of the 922R compliant pieces. This being my Russian Sega, I'm not really overly concerned about having a total of 6 pieces in the gun because I can make it up in the magazine. So when I take this to the range, I'll make sure that I'm carrying an American-made magazine with it so that I'm not going to get in any kind of trouble. But I wanted this gun to be as authentic of a Russian Sega, or not even a Russian Sega. I wanted this to be as authentic of a Russian rifle as I could possibly get, and I think I've accomplished that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was informative. I hope you guys swap out your stocks and not afraid of it anymore. Give me a holler. Let me know what you think. Thank you.